Welcome back. If you are a follower here at State of Charge, you may have seen a video that I posted a couple of days ago about the Roam Energy PowerBridge device, which is here on the table in front of me. This device allows you to pull energy from your Tesla's battery to power electrical devices. Now, there was some information in that video that I stated that was incorrect, information that I got from the company, but I didn't double check before I posted the video, and that's bad on my part. So I've taken down the video for the first time in nearly 500 videos that I've produced here on State of Charge. It's the first time I ever took down a video that I posted, but I did so because I do not want my followers to have incorrect information, especially when that incorrect information comes from me. So I'm going to take a few minutes to explain what happened and where we're at. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by going back to last year when Roam Energy sent me this device here on my left, and this was called the Roam Energy Discharger, and it allowed you to plug it into your Tesla vehicle and draw energy from the battery pack to power electrical devices that were 120 volts. It has two NEMA 515 outlets on the front of it, and what the unit does basically is it tricks the vehicle into thinking that it's DC fast charging. That allows it to send energy out instead of accepting energy from the DC fast charger. It uses the CCS protocol in doing so. It's actually a very safe method. There's no issue with the car. Roam Energy sold over 20,000 of these. There's never been a problem that I've heard of, and I'm sure I would have heard of it somewhere on the message boards or whatever online. So the unit worked just fine. I reviewed it. I used it. It worked fine. I actually used it a couple times since just to test it out with friends' Teslas, and actually even loaned it to one of my friends once, and he used it just fine at a outdoor event. So then Roam came to me a month or so ago and said, look, we have the second generation of the unit now, and we're rebranding the names. We're no longer calling it the Energy Discharger. It's now the PowerBridge. This is going to be the PowerBridge Standard, which is 120 volt only. It has two 120 volt outlets. It can offload up to 3,500 watts, which is pretty good. 3.5 kilowatt. You could really use this for camping, outdoor events, tailgating, just fine. And in a pinch, if you had a power outage, you could run a couple extension cords to your house and power your refrigerator, things like that. So this worked just fine. But now Gen 2, the PowerBridge Pro, the big difference with this is it also had 240 volt power, which you would plug into the back, and they use this NEMA 1450 outlet for you to plug into. And now, not only does it have the two 120 volt outlets in the front, which were upgraded to NEMA 520s instead of 515s, but now it also had this 240 volt outlet in the back that could deliver up to 7,500 watts. So now this was significant increase in power. They asked me, do you want to review it? I said, sure, send me one, I'll take a look at it. And I made a video and posted it a couple days ago. It's actually the first look video. I wanted to have two different videos made on this only because it would have taken too long. The first was going to be a first look where I used it to power 120 volt devices and also used the 240 volt outlet to use the Tesla to charge my Ford F-150 Lightning. I did that. It worked just fine, just as this worked before. But the second follow-up video was going to be the really important one, because one of the things that I thought was the best feature about this that Roam had told me is you could power your whole house during a power outage by plugging it into, let's say if you had a generator plug on the side of your house. Many people have those. They have portable generators. They plug it into their house. They disconnect their home from the grid, and now the generator powers the house. And it was represented to me that this unit would be able to do that. So I did the first look video, and then I was going to follow it up with the video of it powering a house. So shortly after I posted that video, actually the next day after I posted that video, I went to my friend's house, Pete Bremy, State of Charge Pete. You may recognize him. He's been in some of my videos. Pete has that type of setup at his house. He has a generator plug where he has a portable generator. If there's power outages, you can plug it in, power the house. So I got his Tesla Model Y and plugged it in, and nothing, didn't work. Just, screen didn't even recognize that the house was calling for power. So I contacted Rome, and the answer I got was, well, yeah, we still haven't figured that out. we realize that in the US, they have split phase power, and this doesn't have the neutral for split phase power. And I should have known that when I did my initial test, because you have to switch the unit on the front to tell it to deliver 120 volts or 240 volts. But the problem with that is when you put it on 240 volts, these outlets on the front, the 120 volt outlets, are still live, which means the unit will send 240 volts to these outlets. So I made it a point in the video to say, look, if you're going to use this, make sure every time you use it, check to make sure it's on the right setting. Unit itself shouldn't do that. In my opinion, it should. If you put it on 240 volts, these outlets should be dead. You should be able to plug something into them. They won't do anything. Today's video is sponsored by evchargingstations.com. If you drive an electric vehicle or you're planning to, this site is packed with comprehensive charger reviews, detailed DC fast charging graphs, and the latest news from all of the fast charging networks. You'll find real-world testing, easy-to-understand comparison, and deep dives into how different electric vehicles actually charge. Before you buy an EV charger or plan your next road trip, make sure to bookmark evchargingstations.com and make smarter charging decisions. So the company was representing to me and to the public through the website that it can do something that it can't. And I even sent them a copy of the video before it went live. I'll do that frequently when I review products, and I'll ask the company to watch the video and tell me if there's anything that's incorrect. Now, they don't get the opportunity to change anything I say in the video, like, well, I don't like that you were critical about this or that. No company's ever allowed to do that. How I review products is my own way. But if I am saying something that's factually incorrect, I want the company to tell me, and I'll edit the video, change it to make sure that it's correct. So I sent them the video. They said, nope, everything looks good, no problem. But the beauty of this device really is that you can power your house during a power outage with it. If you had one of like the generator sockets in your house, which a lot of people do, they hook up portable generators and they have an electrician wire an outlet in their garage or outside their house with a transfer switch to disconnect themselves from the grid when there's a power outage, and they use a portable generator to power their house. Now you can use your Tesla to power your house, and allowed me to post it. So that doesn't sit well with me. And to be honest with you, I don't think I can review products from Rome Energy anymore after this. It's just not worth it. I'm certain that they had to know what I was saying was incorrect. And if they didn't, that's even worse. So I just wanted to come out and talk to you guys about this. And that's not the only issue. I mean, I talked about the fact that it wasn't safety certified. Now, the company did say they were going to have it safety certified before it goes on sale. Right now, it's in the Kickstarter phase. But I can't believe, actually, I know for a fact, none of the formal safety certification boards, the ones that we all know, like UL and ETL and CSA, none of those would approve it. With the one thing alone, the fact that when you set it on 240 volts go through 120 volt plugs. So I know that's one thing itself without even opening it up and checking anything else. So, they might get it safety certified by some company that we really aren't familiar with that say, yeah, well, the device conforms to UL standards. We see that a lot when companies don't want to pay or can't afford to pay for formal safety certification. So you might get something like that. But the way the device is made right now and the fact that they were representing that it could do something that it can't, I can't have my followers watch a video and think that I'm okay with it, because I'm not at this point. The device does work as a vehicle to load device, just not a vehicle to home. I mean, you could use it by putting extension cords and running it to power things like I mentioned before, refrigerator and so forth in your house. But then it's really not much different than the first generation device, because you're really not going to use the 240 volt plug for that, because you really probably aren't powering things in your house that you would use a 240 volt plug for. I mean, it's possible your kitchen range might be, but during a power outage, probably the last thing you're worried about is your kitchen range. So, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really do much better for your home than the original version did, because you're still going to just be plugging in extension cords and running them to your house. So, that's where we're at with Roam Energy right now. I'm very disappointed that they represented to me that it worked a certain way and it didn't. Now, I should have tested that before I even put out the first video, but I wanted to break it up to 2 videos. I don't want the video to be like an hour and a half long. That's why I did like an unboxing and then just 120 volt and 240 volt test. The plan all along was to follow up with the home backup. When I tried to do it, it didn't work. So, I couldn't have the first video floating out there that I say, this will work if you plug it into a generator outlet, because it won't, and it doesn't. And Roam said it might at some point in the future. They might get a device for it, but it currently doesn't. So that's where we are right now with Roam Energy. You guys can make your decision. I know after I made the first video, a lot of my followers bought this first device, the 120 volt discharger, and I got feedback from them. They were very happy with it. They used it on a lot of different outdoor events. You could use this for that too. But if you do buy one of these, just be super cautious about making sure the unit is not set for 240 volts and you plug something in the 120 volt outlets, because you'll fry whatever you're plugging into. So be careful of that, and understand that you're not going to be able to just plug this into a generator inlet and power your whole house during a power outage. You could run some extension cords. That will probably work, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not much of an upgrade over this. The big upgrade was going to be when this thing can just plug into a generator plug and power your whole house up to 7,500 watts. I mean, that would be a fantastic device if it can do it and do it safely, but currently it cannot. So listen, thanks for watching. I don't like the fact that I had to take down a video, but as I said earlier, if I misrepresent something, I'll try to make it right. I think I built my reputation here at State of Charge of being truthful, honest. If I make mistakes, and I do make mistakes, I'll try to correct them. This was a mistake, and I not only corrected it, but I followed up and let you guys know exactly what happened. So please leave your comments in the comment section. I'll be reading them. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. And listen, I appreciate my followers. I don't take them for granted. And if I ever misrepresent something, I promise I'll try to make it right. That's all I have here today. Thanks for watching, guys.